Back on Animal House Radio and Biology and Nutrition, the science behind science, with none other than the president and CEO of the world, Franko-Biology. Okay, so we're going to start this off with an easy question, probably for you. I have a Labrador, yellow lab. He's 9.5 years old right now. He's always been the one that sheds a lot. Now, obviously, there's other, lots of labs that don't shed, but they all shed, but this one just sheds a lot. Now, you said to me on television, there's one gene in his body that could be missing something, and it can be easily fixed.
Well, to put it more simply, I mean, obviously, we know that the lab tends to be a shedding dog in general, but there are things you can do by improving nutrition that creates better follicle integrity. And, the very simple and most common one is to use omega-3 fatty acid supplementation.
Right. Yes.
That's a common one. Now, here's the interesting thing.
But there's a natural life cycle to hair, right? Mine is really short because I don't have any. But, it is one of those things where, like red blood cells live for X amount of days and they die. Yeah. We can't stop them from dying, right? That's a natural process. Same thing with hair. Hair will fall out in the shedding breeds. You're just saying that we might be able to sort of maybe instead of it taking 102 days, take 150 days or whatever. Is that what you're saying?
Well, like you say, there is a cycle to the follicle to the hair,
right? And
the thing is that we have seen animals that have had generally a shorter cycle because of nutritional insufficiency.
Right. This
would help to improve the shedding, and one of the reasons is that, especially as animals age, it depends on the breed, what we consider senior animal, but same as in humans. The ability to convert essential fatty acids, such as the omega-3 alpha-linolenic acid and linoleic acid, these are the ones that we might see in seed oils. The body's supposed to convert these into EPA and DHA. These are the omega-3 fats we see in fish oils.
Right.
So,
yes. So how is there enzymes, like, I'm trying to think, is it biotin? There's something that allows EPAs and DHAs to get absorbed appropriately.
Well, what happens
is lecithin, that's it. Is it lecithin?
What about DHS?
Lecithin improves it, but desaturase enzymes are the enzymes in the cells that convert the fatty acids into these polyunsaturated fats, EPA and DHA. And this enzyme activity declines. Now, here's an interesting thing. You bring up the enzymes. One of the reasons why we see a lot of atopic conditions in our animals, and
atopic, by the way, for your listeners, are dogs that have inhalant allergies. Right.
Inhalant, as well as and then the allergies often manifest on the skin.
Right, exactly.
The interesting thing is that the proportion of the desaturase enzymes that become dysfunctional in our pets compared to humans, or let me rephrase this, the enzymes that line the respiratory tract membranes for humans are proportionally lining the skin of animals. And as asthma rates go up in the human population, we see pretty much a
itchy skin dogs and cats.
In skin disease in our pets for the exact same reason. The pollutants are the same in the environment, irritating that asthmatic condition in humans as they are irritating the conditions on the skin of the animals. But the enzymes are also the same, just proportionally laid out a little bit differently in these two different species, human and our cats and dogs.
Right.
So the interesting thing is that when we improve the status of the EPA and DHA in our bodies, we automatically improve the body's capacity to tolerate the asthmatic condition in humans. And in pets, we improve their ability to tolerate the allergen that might be causing a skin condition.
Right.
So what, in terms, I feed my dog, I give him Hills. He gets the JD stuff for older dogs, right?
Yes.
So if I wanted to give him a powder or some sort of supplement that will help in the, I mean, you can't get rid of the shedding, but you can make a stronger coat.
Fish oils like DHA and EPA, that's what he was saying, right?
Now,
Is that what you would recommend?
The thing is that you need to take the omega-6, which is a different fat than the EPA and DHA, and the omega-3 in the right proportion. Because here's the interesting thing that people don't realize. A lot of people are buying human essential fatty acids and supplying it to their dog.
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work the same because the essential fats they need are different than humans.
Right.
And a lot of people are using straight salmon oil, which supplies an abundance of this omega-3, EPA, and DHA, but doesn't supply any of the omega-6 fatty acid that's essential to dogs.
Right.
And dogs are supposed to be converting this omega-6 into the EPA and DHA in their bodies, but some of them just can't at an efficient rate. And that's one of the reasons why then they get a lot of dry skin, itching. It may not be an allergy that's causing this itching or hair loss, but it may be the skin not being as healthy as it could be because of these enzymes not converting the fats the way they're supposed to. So we can supplement them in the food. Now here's the problem. Many manufacturers of the foods have recognized the need for many of these fats, and they've supplied them in the food. The problem is that these fats are highly vulnerable to oxidation. So when you heat process a food that has these fats in them, you destroy an abundance of it.
Right.
So although the manufacturer's intention is great, you do get some of these fats in their active form available to the animal through, say, a dry bagged food. You're not going to get anywhere near as much as you would if you used a supplement that was maintained in a form that was biologically active.
Right. The same thing applies where there's a lot of diets that I know they're touting it for older dogs. They're putting glucosamine and chondroitin in the diets, and I would say the same thing. A lot of this heat process is destroying that. So really, you're not nearly getting enough glucosamine and chondroitin to actually help your dog's arthritic condition, and you're probably better off supplementing. Correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Those levels will be sufficient for a healthy animal to supply some preventive support.
Right.
But
not for a sick animal. Right.
Yeah,
or an older animal, right? Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I'm going to email you all the stats on my dog. You just tell me what to give him.
Okay.
Well, Romeo's an
right
older
now,
dog, and I think that's part of it. Is that when you're older, as Franco said,
he's always shedding.
he doesn't.
He's always been a shedder.
Yeah, but he's shedding more now, is he not?
No, same thing.
Oh, same thing. Okay.
Same shedding,
Yeah.
and he's just his joints. He's an older dog, so I want to make sure whatever I give him right now as a supplement, I want to make sure it's Franco approved, right?
I can almost guarantee you, and I hate to say the word guarantee because it almost sounds.
Don't worry about it. You're Italian, so you guarantee that you guys would win the World Cup, and you didn't, so it's good.
I can almost guarantee you that using the right proportion of the omega-3 to omega-6 fatty acid will improve the condition. That doesn't mean it's going to completely go away because there are other variables.
Right.
But you're going to improve that animal's condition. Not only that, I don't care what you're feeding, you're going to notice an improved luster in that coat and skin, and possibly even improved, flexibility and gait, simply because these fats also help the body regulate natural inflammatory response. So there's less stiffness, there's improved recovery from day to day. And then, there's a powder that can be used as well that has digestive enzymes and bioflavonoids that are natural antihistamines that just help to improve the body's general capacity to control immune system response. Those things, may not be required, but they would support the overall outcome, and within 2 weeks you would notice a difference.
Wow.